BYU TV football and basketball analysts Blaine Fowler and Steve Cleveland back with us. Good evening. It's the night before election night. You guys all amped up?
I'm not ready to go stand in line, but I'm going to have to.
Well, I'll be out there in line tomorrow. Let's talk about BYU Idaho, which comes later in the week. It's the last home game of the season, really early this year in November 10th.
Yeah, and the fans need to get out there and support this senior class. And this is an Idaho team that has really struggled. They fired their coach after the bye week 2 weeks ago. They got pounded by Louisiana Tech, gave up 70 points. And after the bye week, they put Jason Gesser in, the offensive coordinator, who's been a Division I coach for 2 years. He's now the interim head coach, offensive coordinator, and the quarterbacks coach. And they have really struggled. So in their last game, they go out against San Jose State and they give up 42 points, right at their average. And so this is a team that's struggling. It's a team in disarray. To add to that, their starting quarterback failed the drug test and has been kicked off the team. So what do we look for? Here's the big matchup. And this is a challenge that BYU's defense has to be up for. They don't want to just stop this Idaho offense. As you see, it's one of the worst offenses in the country. We know that BYU's defense is one of the best in the country. Can BYU hold them not only scoreless, but maybe without a first down? Yeah. That's what I'm waiting to see. Can they hold them without a first down? And over these next 3 weeks, BYU can move up from 4th or 7th. Bronco challenge this defense to not be 4th in total defense, but to be number 1. And I think in the next 3 weeks, they have a chance to move up.
Two things they've got to do, no matter who they're playing. They need to win to get bowl eligible, and it's senior night, as BYU says goodbye to the senior class. Who do you think of the guys leaving will be they'll miss the most, be the toughest to replace?
It's hard. There's so many guys that have been heart and soul type guys. I think Ansah Ezekiel Ziggy has been the biggest surprise as a senior this year, and they'll certainly miss his pressure off the edge. Rami Funga in the defensive line has done such a good job of tying up blockers. You know, this linebacking core has been outstanding. You look at Wona Kavinga there, also Ogletree, who's been kind of the heart and soul and called the defense. And maybe the Ogletree is the guy they miss the most next season because of what he's done in the middle to not only get them lined up and get them in the right place, but to be consistent and be the leading tackler on this team 2 years in a row.
All right, so that's Saturday night. On Friday night, Steve, you'll be on the mic with me for the home opener, BYU Tennessee State in basketball. What will you look for Friday?
Well, I think a little bit of what we've seen in the preseason is what we're going to see. Tennessee State, a team that's had their first winning season in 16 years, coming off a 20-win season. They are a ball club that has improved. First-year coach, 2 returning leading scorers. So I think it'll be more competitive than the scrimmages or the exhibition games that we've had. But I really like how Cusick, Sharp, others have come off the bench to really give them some depth. But it's going to still all be about Brandon Davies and Tyler Haws.
One thing we noticed in the 2 exhibition games that we all called was when Brandon goes out, sometimes the offense goes out with him.
Yeah, and that's something they've got to find. They don't have Noah Hartsock, as good as he was at that baseline jump shot and could stretch a defense. He could also go in and score points in the post if he needed to. And right now, they're looking for somebody to be that next post scorer. When Brandon comes out, who can post up and give you points in the paint? We're also waiting to see if this team can be a consistent jump shooting basketball team. And they shot 40% from behind or 41% from behind the three-point line in this last game. Davies is going to be a great player this year. We know no matter who they play, no matter what the level of competition is, he's going to be effective. My question is, will they knock down 41% when they're playing Florida State or they're playing, Gonzaga on the road?
Well, Steve, as a head coach approaching the season opener, what are these last few days of practice like?
I think, number one, you need to establish who's going to play, and I think they've done that. And then also I believe that besides establishing a rotation, which I think you have to have with your 8 players, you also have to be in a position to understand, hey, we're a primary offensive team. I think the zone defense for this ball club is the best thing that they have going for them. In fact, it was the difference. Even though Findlay wasn't a great basketball team, it turns the corner, and Coach Rose has done a great job implementing that. But I think just establishing your rotations, establishing what you're going to do early in games, and then from there build on that.
All right, if you'd like to see more of these two, join us for our True Blue Extra beginning Wednesday at noon on BYUTVsports.com.